talus rests. The lower surface of sustentaculum tali is grooved by the tendon of flexor hallucis longus. Its medial margin is related to spring ligament, which is very important, slip of tibialis posterior, superficial fibers of deltoid, and the medial talocalcanean ligament. The navicular bone. It is boat-shaped, lies between the proximal tarsal bones, that is talus and calcaneum, and distal tarsal bones, that is 3 cuneiforms and the cuboid. The anterior surface of navicular is convex and divided into 3 facets for the 3 cuneiform bones. The posterior surface is concave for articulation with the rounded head of talus. The plantar surface of rough and non-articular. It gives attachment to a very important spring ligament or plantar calcaneo-navicular ligament. The dorsal surface is rough and gives attachment to ligaments like talonavicular, cuneo-navicular and cubo-navicular. The medial surface contains a tuberosity on its plantar side. The tuberosity is separated from the plantar surface by a groove. The tuberosity gets principal insertion of tibialis posterior muscle. The groove transmits a part of the muscle to other tarsal bones except talus. It also gives slips to middle 3 metatarsal bones. So tibialis posterior is inserted into 9 bones of the foot. The lateral surface is rough and irregular and has a facet for cuboid. The calcaneo-navicular part of the bifurcate ligament is attached to the lateral surface. The cuneiform bones. These are 3 cuneiform bones, medial, intermediate and lateral. The medial is the largest and intermediate is the smallest and lateral is in between. The edge of wedge in the medial cuneiform bone is on the dorsal aspect, whereas the edge of wedge is plantar in the intermediate and lateral cuneiform bones. Medial cuneiform. It articulates proximally with the navicular and distally with the base of first metatarsal bone. Tibialis anterior is mostly inserted into antero-inferior angle of medial surface and partly into the base of first metatarsal. Small part of peroneus longus is inserted into antero-inferior part of lateral surface of medial cuneiform and greater part is inserted into base of first metatarsal bone. Plantar surface also gets a slip of tibialis posterior. Intermediate cuneiform. It is the smallest cuneiform. It articulates with the navicular proximally and base of second metatarsal distally. It receives a slip of tibialis posterior. Lateral cuneiform. It articulates with the navicular proximally and base of third metatarsal distally. The lateral surface articulates with the cuboid. It also receives a slip of tibialis posterior tendon.
Okay.
The cuboid, it articulates with the anterior surface of calcaneum to form the calcaneo-cuboid joint, and anteriorly it articulates with the bases of 4th and 5th metatarsal bones. Its lateral surface shows a notch which continues as a groove on the plantar surface. It gives passage to an important tendon of peroneus longus muscle. The long plantar ligament from the big area on plantar surface of calcaneum converts the groove into a tunnel for the safe passage of peroneus longus tendon. The short plantar ligament is attached to the posterior border of plantar surface. Metatarsus. There are 5 metatarsal bones. Each comprises a proximal base, middle shaft which is convex dorsally, and flattened distal head. The first metatarsal is the shortest, thickest and strongest. At the head of first metatarsal, on each side of plantar surface are 2 sesamoid bones which help in the transmission of body weight. A small part of tibialis anterior is inserted. A major part of peroneus longus is inserted on the lateral side. Small part goes to medial cuneiform. Second metatarsal. This articulates with intermediate cuneiform and base of proximal phalanx. Third metatarsal articulates with lateral cuneiform and base of proximal phalanx of third toe. Fourth metatarsal articulates with cuboid proximally and base of proximal phalanx of the fourth toe. Fifth metatarsal shows a tuberosity on the lateral side for the insertion of peroneus brevis. Medial part of the dorsal surface of base gives insertion to another peroneus, the peroneus tertius muscle. Between 5 metatarsal bones are 4 dorsal interossei. These muscles arise from the adjacent sides of 2 bones. These are counted from medial to lateral side. The plantar interossei are only 3 in number. They arise from the shafts of 3rd, 4th and 5th metatarsals. The phalanges are rudimentary. There are 2 phalanges in the big toe, proximal and distal, and 3 in each of 2nd to 5th toes. These are proximal, middle and distal. The plantar surface of base of proximal phalanx of big toe on the medial side gets attachment of abductor hallucis and flexor hallucis brevis, part of flexor hallucis brevis. On the lateral side it gets attachment of adductor hallucis and part of flexor hallucis brevis. In the base of distal phalanx is the insertion of flexor hallucis longus. On the bases of the distal phalanges of 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th toes is the insertion of flexor tendon of flexor digitorum longus, one in each toe. The dorsal side. Distal phalanx of base of big toe. the dorsal aspect of the foot, the distal phalanx of base of big toe gets insertion of extensor hallucis longus. The other toes gets the extensor expansion, which carry the insertion of the interossei, both plantar and dorsal as well as the lumbricals. The second toe gets insertion of first and second dorsal interossei, second toe. The third and fourth gets insertion of third and fourth dorsal interossei. The plantar interossei are inserted into third toe, fourth toe and the fifth toes. Patella. Patella is the largest triangular shaped bone in the tendon of quadriceps femoris muscle. Rectus femoris in front and vastus intermedius are both inserted into the upper border or the base of patella. Vastus lateralis is inserted into upper half of lateral border, while vastus medialis is inserted along whole length of the medial border. From apex and deep surface of patella, the ligamentum patelli starts, which gets attached to the rough upper part of tibial tuberosity. The anterior surface of patella is rough, posterior surface is smooth and is divided into a large lateral area and a small medial area. Each of these is divided into 3 parts. Medially, there is a separate medial strip. In mid-flexion, the upper 2 facets articulate with the patellar surface of femur. In beginning of flexion, the middle 2 facets articulate with the patellar surface of femur, and in extension, the lower 2 facets articulate with the patellar surface of femur. Lastly,